welcome back to Cooking Live. Today we are making a very special brunch casserole with a very special guest star for some very special people in our lives. Mother's Day is coming, and Mother's Day is a day to spoil the special women in our lives, if that's your mom or your aunt or your godmother or even just a really special family friend. And one way to spoil someone is to make a meal for them, especially these women who often spoil us by doing the same. So, are you ready to cook a casserole?
Yes.
Excellent. It's important to get kids in the kitchen to help cook for all these special ladies and every day. Those are important life skills, and it's really, I think it's fun. Do you think it's fun?
Yes.
Yes? All right.
Not when you're cooking a meal
Oh, do you like to cook for other people though?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? All right. So we're gonna make a casserole that is basically bread, eggs, cheese, and some turkey sausage. So first things first, we want to start with a 14-ounce baguette, which we have started cutting up already to save time here on live, but it doesn't take that long in your house. We are going to use a pair of scissors to cut up this bread because that's a great way to help get kids involved. So, Miss Lady, will you just pick that up and show us all how to cut that up? It's pretty easy. You might need some adult help to get the chunks small enough to cut them up, but I love using kitchen shears in my kitchen because it helps people get involved. And they do jobs that knives would do just a little bit safer. These are kitchen scissors, so they're a little bit sharper, and so do be careful.
Okay.
How easy would you say that is?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Sure.
10.
10 easy, 10 hard?
No, 10 easy.
10 easy. Excellent. When we are done cutting up a 14-ounce baguette, it will be about 8 cups worth of bread. It's really important just to use the normal white grocery store loaf here. Don't pick something that has a lot of seeds in it or is really hearty or high fiber because your casserole just won't turn out as well. And so this is one time where using the white bread is totally fine and even recommended. We'll get fiber in other places. All right, once you got that done, will you please pour all that bread into this bowl? All right. There we go. All right. So I'm going to add to this bowl some browned up turkey sausage that I cooked with a pepper and an onion. All right. So we're just going to put it in this big bowl and mix that all around. Okay. What do you think you'd like to mix that with? A big fork or a big spoon?
Big spoon.
Big spoon.
Yes.
All right. Get in there and just mix that all up. Okay. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Okay. You can see at home, it's just kind of nice and incorporated. I wanted to mix it up in a big bowl instead of in my crock pot because I want to make sure everything gets nice and evenly distributed. And if you need to reach in with your hand, if you're in your own home kitchen, no one will judge you. So just get in there and we got that all mixed up. Okay, everything in here is cooked. All right, the sausage is cooked, the peppers are cooked, the bread is cooked. Will you give that a taste here and see? Different sausages have different levels of sodium in them. And this is a turkey sausage, which means it has a little bit less, and if you need to use your fingers, you can. That's okay. They have different levels of sodium, they have different levels of flavor. And so do you think we need to add a little salt to that? Think we're doing okay? And a piece of bread now. I'd agree. I think we're okay. I just want a little pinch, all right? I'm just gonna pinch a little bit of salt in there. Put a little bit of pepper, okay? You could really jazz this up with anything you like. If you wanted to add some cumin and maybe some like chili powder, kind of make it a southwestern flavor, you totally could. Or if you wanted to put some salsa in it, make it more of like a Mexican casserole, you definitely could do that. It's really just a very basic recipe that you can take and go wild with if you want. Okay, so that part's done. Next up, let's crack some eggs. All right, if you want to make an omelet, you gotta crack some eggs. Okay, so have you ever cracked an egg before?
Yes.
How do you crack an egg?
I go on the side
Okay.
and pull.
All right, let's see how it works. There you go. Excellent. Why don't you just put it on that plate right there? Nice. How hard is it to crack eggs, do you think?
Depends what egg you're doing.
Yeah. Okay, you want to try another way to show? Oh, you cracked that one. That's cool. If you have maybe a little bit younger of a kid who still wants to crack eggs, You don't have to crack it on the side of the bowl. You can give it a good solid whack on the table here, and that would work as well too. All right. All right. If you get any egg shells in your bowl, they can be kind of tricky to fish out. And it's not a big deal if they fall in because you have the perfect tool in your hand to get that shell out. If you drop a piece of shell in there, oops, we actually did. You got one in there? Mm-hmm. If you go in with your finger, it gets kind of funny and doesn't always come up right away, especially if it sinks down. You can use the edge of the shell there to like scoop it out. Right there. Comes up.
Any more?
I don't know, do you see any more?
I don't think so.
I think we're good. Okay. Will you give those a good mix with this whisk?
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, here, just get in there, like pop the yolks a little bit. Yeah. You love doing that? Me too. I love mixing up eggs. Whenever you're cooking with kids, you want to use a bigger bowl than you think you need, especially if you're going to be stirring stuff. It would be really easy to make a giant mess. And if we do make a giant mess, it's okay, because we have dish rags. We can clean it all up. But giving a little bit of extra space in the bowl can be kind of helpful. All right, there you go. Just give it a good whack. Okay. There we go. Try making like a circle. Like, yeah, there we are. To these eggs, I'm going to add 2 cups of milk. So you just keep stirring and I'll pour in there. I am not using skim milk here. I actually have whole milk in this. I'll leave it up. We're using turkey sausage, so we've saved quite a lot of fat there. I've reduced the amount of cheese that we're going to be using from the original amount. Nice, there we go. Get a little bit more in there. And so I'm not worried about the extra fat that's coming from my milk. 2% would be fine, 1% would be fine. I tested this recipe with skim milk and I just didn't like it as well. But we're definitely making a calorie and fat savings by using milk instead of the half and half, which a lot of these brunch casseroles ask for. That looks perfect, okay? So our last job, you can just leave that in there, that'd be okay. Our last job is we're gonna shred up some cheese, okay? This is another place that kids can really help in the kitchen. This is a box grater. It has the cutting thing, the cutting side is right here. Yeah, and you can see it's not sharp, but it's just sharp enough to go through cheese.
Yeah.
So to do this, we're just gonna push it like that. I'm gonna shred up the rest of that cheese. Perfect. I have about 12 ounces of cheese total. Okay. All right, I think that'll probably be enough. You can put the cheese back in the bowl. Let's pour that in there. Okay, are you ready to put our casserole together? Mm-hmm. Okay. Just gonna slide our crock pot over here.
Is it plugged in?
Not yet. Okay, I'm gonna put about half of my bread and sausage mixture into a crock pot that I have sprayed the liner with. And I'm just using my hands here. Get it nice and smooth out there. Would you put about half that cheese in a layer on top of here? Mm-hmm. Can you see in there? Let's pull this torch up. I like putting the middle layer of cheese in there because it's gonna make a pretty deep casserole. The casserole will be about this deep when we're done. What we're making here will serve about 8 to 10 people, 12 if you have a lot of other things going. Perfect. And it's gonna fill it up pretty good. Yeah. Before you put that in there, let's pour our eggs in here. Okay. Pouring the egg mixture. There we go. We have one egg yolk that got away. Pouring the egg yolk mixture in here is probably a grown-up job. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's just pour that in there. All right. And I'm gonna actually reach in here and submerge my pieces. Perfect.
You have some pepper on your finger.
Thank you. Don't want to lose that. All right, put the rest of that cheese on top, please. Get a nice layer. Do you think you'll ever make this casserole for your mom?
Maybe in a few years.
In a few years? You're doing such a good job. You could totally do it now. No, not thinking it?
No. I'll be thinking about Florida.
Florida. That's a good thing to think about.
Yeah, no kidding.
It does. I'm just gonna put the lid on here.
Oh, we have some.
In my crock pot, that's okay. We'll have that to snack on later. In my crock pot, this casserole cooks at about 3.5 hours on high. So if you have a place to go early in the morning, you can hit go, and then by the time you come back, it'll be ready for lunch. If you wanted to cook it overnight, you probably would not want it to go much more than 6 hours on low. In the crock pot, eggs cook really nicely, but you can get it kind of scorched. And I actually didn't get out my example piece to show people. This is our finished product. I didn't even get it out to show. See? So it cooks up nice and deep. This crock pot will feed about 8 people, 10 people, 12 if you're serving other things like fruit and yogurt and things with that meal. So there you have it. That is a easy, slow cooker brunch casserole that you could make for the important ladies in your life. Spoil them a little bit on that second Sunday in March. So long and thank you. Tune back in to the next Cooking Live, where we will be cooking all sorts of delicious things. See you soon.